Hello, and welcome to the rap battle of the sexes. Now, you might be wondering just what this rap battle entails, and sadly, no, it's not a real rap battle. But for my project, I chose to research based around the question: are female or male rappers more sexually explicit in their songs? It's a research study comparing sexual references in the most popular rap songs over the past 5 years between the genders. To start, I wanted to outline a little bit of the process that I did to code these songs. So I coded 40 of the top songs, rap songs of females, and 40 of the top rap songs from males within the past 5 years. As you can see on the left here, I have an example of part of the table that I coded. So I have the song number, I have the artist, title of the song, and the length of the song. Whether they were male or female. In this case, it shows all females, the number of sexual references, and then any notes that I took about the songs, themes I noticed, and other patterns. So that is how I coded the songs. Something important to note is what I qualified as a sexual reference. So I qualified a sexual reference as anything that refers to any type of sexual intercourse or the private parts of the body, including slang and innuendos. I got the songs from Spotify. And then just a quick disclaimer, I probably didn't catch every reference or suggestive comment. Some things definitely went over my head, but I coded them to the best of my ability. What I found really interesting as far as the females went, I coded 40 total songs. In total of just 40 songs, there was 378 sexual references. There was 105 minutes worth of song, and the average reference per minute was 3.6 for the female artists. The average of the total references over the 40 songs was 9.45 per song, which is quite a few references. And only two songs had 0 references. And if we look at this compared to the males, I also coded 40 songs. They only had 339 references, and the time that their songs, 40 songs, took up was 136 minutes. So more time, but less references. The average references per minute was 2.5, and the mean number of total references was 8.475 per song. So slightly less than the female artists. However, they too had two songs with 0 references. So how does this look? As you can see in this graph, I coded each of the 40 songs, the pink line representing the females and the blue line representing the males. And just again above here, I have the average references per minute. So the female was 3.6 versus the men 2.5. And the mean total number of references was 9.45 versus 8.475. So you can see the females definitely overall had more references. However, if you look here to the top reference, there was a song by a male rapper that had 50 references in it. So that did hold the spot for the most amount of references. But there was also a female artist that had a song with 46 references. So overall, it was pretty close. But on average, as we can see, the pink on average is higher than the blue line. Here are some other graphs showing just the amount of total references between the male and the females. The total time, this is something I found very interesting, is that in 40 songs, there was 31 more minutes of time in the male artists versus the female artists. I noticed there was a lot more empty music without lyrics in the male songs, and they tended to be, on average, a lot longer. And then, like I mentioned before, they both had 2 songs with 0 sexual references, which is very interesting. So not only did I code just pure numbers, I also looked at themes and patterns between the two genders. In female rap songs, the sexual references tended to be more about the female body than the male body. Many of the songs only referenced to the female body, and usually only to the artist's own body. A common theme I found with this was that they were expressing how great they are and how everyone should be jealous of her and how basically beautiful and awesome she is. but there wasn't as many references to the male body. There was definitely some, and some songs more than others, but that was generally what I found. And there was only one or two themes present in this song, like I mentioned before, mostly about their bodies, and there wasn't a lot of variation in the female rap songs. What I found with the males is that the sexual references, tended to be more about the female body and more aggressive in nature. They were about dominating and how good they were at sexual things, and were a lot more vulgar. Now, this doesn't go for all of the male rap songs, and there was definitely some female rap songs that were similar to this, but it was majority of the male rap songs. The other thing I noticed was that there was more themes present in the male rapping songs. So, for example, starting from the bottom, street violence, losing friends to gangs and drugs, that I didn't see as much in the female rap songs. And as mentioned on the previous slide, the song with the most references was from a male. So what? So what does this mean for society, and what can we learn from this? And something very interesting I found was when I was explaining to my mom, this is her right here, this is me and my mom, Lisa, about the project I was doing. She said, "Oh, do not be filling your mind with all that garbage. That will just be so bad for you." And I said to her out loud, "Oh, but it doesn't affect me." And then immediately I thought of the third person effect, which is the tendency for people to believe that others are more influenced by media messages than they are themselves. And I totally fell victim to this when I told my mom, well, it doesn't affect me like that. They don't affect me like that. I'm immune to it, basically. Which now I see a lot of people think like that. Oh, rap songs, violent sexual rap songs might affect other people, but they don't affect me. And I think it's important that we analyze how these things really do affect us, so that we can not fall victim to using language like they do and thinking the types of topics that they talk about are good. And so I found that third person effect really interesting when it came to this project. And then just to finish up my mic drop, to sum everything up and answer the question, so who is better and who is worse? And the truth is, there's not really an answer to this. Summed up, I said, well, popular rap songs by females on average contain more sexual references. The references made by males were very different in nature. Females tended to focus on their own bodies, and most of the songs had a very similar theme of "look how hot I am, everyone wants to be like me." The themes of the rap songs by men were more diverse, but the sexual references were more graphic, dominant, and violent. So I'll leave it up to you guys. Who do you think is better, and who do you think is worse? Thank you.